Welcome back to watching Lunchtime Politics. Now, is it a day of reckoning for the 8th Assembly? Yes, 8th Assembly, as civil society organizations and observers begin an assessment of their performance. Now, one of the groups advocating for good governance and transparency is YIAGA Africa. And Dr. Jeg Danazumi is a researcher there, and he joins us from our Abuja studios. Thank you for joining us. So, what do we expect? How are you rating the 8th NAS?
Thank you for having me. We just concluded a couple of months study that was commissioned by YIAGA Africa with funding from, of course, their partners, including the European Union. And this is, if you like, the first attempt to look at the performance of the National Assembly in a very holistic manner. In other words, to look at the three aspects of the functions of Parliament, which is lawmaking, oversight, and representation, and to develop indicators that can be used, that are objective, that are all-encompassing, but more or less that also, as it were, are open to public scrutiny. And so we looked at the respective functions that they are constitutionally mandated to perform. When it comes to lawmaking, for instance, the focus has been on not only just the number of bills passed, but also the quality of legislations and how many of them eventually were assented, but much more importantly, what kind of bills are they? Are they social-based bills? Are they meant to improve the lot of Nigerians? Are they establishment bills, and so on and so forth? And when it comes to oversight, we were also looking at, as it were, the functions that committees perform, which is to oversight the activities of the MDAs that they are charged with. Overall, I think findings from this study show that the performance of the 8th Assembly has been above average in all the three functions. Of course, there are many places where Nigerians pointed out their either dissatisfaction, especially when it comes to the representative function of Parliament. A lot of Nigerians were of the opinion that when it comes to representation, a lot of the lawmakers either do not run constituency offices or do not run them effectively, or that constituents have problem accessing these offices and making complaints. So overall,
finally, Dr. Danazumi, what do you hope that
average.
This assessment or review would do for, the old assembly, the 8th Assembly, and perhaps maybe new legislators?
Yeah. Importantly, I think our focus, by assessing the 8th Assembly, we hope that we can draw important lessons for the 9th Assembly. And it is on the basis of this that we are doing this so early on in the life of the 9th Assembly. Just a couple of days ago, we met with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and we presented our findings. And the report contains recommendations. It contains recommendations, for instance, on how to improve the efficiency of the lawmaking process. In other words, how do you introduce bills that are important and that can actually impact on the lives of Nigerians? How do you reduce bill wastages? How do you avoid a situation where a lot of the bills that are generated by Parliament are returned by the executive for either technical reasons or some other reasons? Also, when it comes to performance of oversight, we have concrete recommendations on how to strengthen committees, how to strengthen committee processes, how to enhance cooperation between executive bodies, MDAs, and also parliamentary committees that oversight them, and also how to strengthen the practice of setting up constituency offices, equipping them, hiring the right hands, and also basically getting them fully functional. So we hope that these recommendations will, as it were, serve as a stepping stone for the 9th Assembly to consider some of the findings and recommendations and hopefully use that as a basis to improve the performance of the 9th Assembly.
Dr. Jeg Danazumi, researcher with YIAGA Africa, for joining us on the program.